Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really fascinating, a process that kind of defines the whole summer for a lot of wildlife enthusiasts. Antler growth.
Yeah, no,
It's
absolutely.
June, it feels like the off-season for deer hunting.
Okay.
Things seem quiet out there. But for a mature buck, this is probably the most intense part of his year, biologically speaking.
Absolutely. It's this incredible race. He's basically going from a bare pedestal to a full rack in just a few months.
And it's not easy. The sources we looked at make it really clear this comes at a pretty severe cost.
That's exactly what we want to unpack today, to really dig into what that summer growth demands from the animal. We've gathered some key facts, some surprising ones actually, about how it all happens. The idea is to give you, the learner, a much deeper appreciation for these animals when you understand what they go through.
Okay, let's do it. Let's unpack the seasonal sacrifice. Where do we even start? Maybe with the basics. What are antlers actually made of?
Right, the building blocks. They're bone, fast-growing bone, which is pretty unique in the animal kingdom at this scale.
So like the same stuff as the rest of their skeleton.
Pretty much, yeah. Primarily calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, the usual suspects for bone, plus other trace minerals. But here's the kicker. The sheer amount they need and how fast they need it. I mean, think about building a whole rack in, 3 or 4 months?
Where does all that material come from? They're eating green stuff in the summer, right? Does that cover it?
That's the fascinating part. It helps, definitely. Summer forage is rich in protein and some minerals, but the studies show it's not enough. Not nearly enough for the speed and volume required.
So if it's not coming from the food.
It's coming from the buck himself. The body literally strips minerals from its own skeleton.
Whoa, wait. You mean like it pulls calcium and phosphorus out of its ribs? Its leg bones?
Exactly. Ribs, legs, even the sternum. It's like an internal mining operation, moving materials up to the skull to fuel that antler growth. It's an extreme biological withdrawal.
Okay, that sounds intense. And the sources mentioned something pretty alarming connected to this. Osteoporosis.
Yes, that's where it gets really dramatic. This massive drain, this demineralization, can actually lead to the buck developing a temporary but quite severe form of osteoporosis during the summer.
So they're literally weakening their own core structure to build the rack.
That's the trade-off. They're sacrificing their skeletal integrity, making their bones fragile, all for that display they need for the fall rut. It's a huge commitment to reproduction.
Wow. And does that weakness just disappear once the antlers stop growing?
Not instantly, no.
Yeah.
It takes time, often months after the velvet sheds, for the buck to replenish those minerals and rebuild that bone density in his skeleton, assuming he gets enough minerals from his diet later on.
Which I guess leads to a practical point for anyone listening who manages land or just cares about herd health.
Precisely. This deficit